Bulls are firmly in control of this market as we are headed straight for 80K. And yes, I do believe we will see 80K plus on Bitcoin in the coming days. We got some great news this morning that is pushing up the market. But on top of that, I think people were just way too bearish at the bottom. And the amount of shorts getting liquidated in this market does feel like we will continue to squeeze to the upside. So I'm going to go over that. But on top of that, I'm going to talk about the few altcoins I think can really surge if we do see Bitcoin continue to the upside. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. And as always, guys, be sure to drop down below, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel for more 5 days a week, every single week. We will have you covered through crypto and everything you need to win in this market in 2026. And also, if you are trading this market actively, I would highly recommend to check out Blowfin down below. First and foremost, you can trade from anywhere in the world. And second of all, today starts a 30-day competition where we are giving away $120,000 to the top traders. You can actually join up on Team Hustle and compete for your share of $120,000. You can check that out down below in the description. Now, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. And look, the market's looking phenomenal. We see Bitcoin up 4% on the daily and up 6% on the weekly time frame. We see Ethereum up 8% on the weekly time frame. We have XRP almost up 10%. We see stuff like Aave up 27%. Athena's up 28%. So some of these like mid to high tier altcoins are starting to catch a lot of liquidity, but I really don't think we've seen anything yet as far as scratching the surface. And I do think that there's a lot more room for upside. So this morning, what really pushed the market up, we saw Trump thanking Iran for opening the Strait. So that pushed up the market pretty nicely to start the day this morning. But more so, this is, I think, what's going to continue to lead us to the upside. Everyone's trying to be smart trader and say, oh, I'm going to go ahead and short. This rally is prolonged. We're at 77K. We're firmly in a bear market. Not enough. There's just not enough factors out there to drive us higher. But crypto is completely illogical, and it can remain illogical longer than the average person can remain solvent. I know that's not the exact terminology, but I'm going to use it here. We saw $400 million liquidated this morning, and that was in shorts. So people were betting on the market going down. And I don't think it's a time to be a bear at this point in time. The trend is pretty clear currently. Bears are in absolute shambles. And we have been accumulating throughout these time periods. I have been pretty generally bullish for the last month. And on top of all of that, I think that too many people, even in the YouTube comments, were like, oh, you're so stupid for being long, or that I was bullish on the market. But in the short term, I think with all this conflict stuff, I think there's only going to be things resolved, and I don't see much catastrophic escalation that's going to come through the door and just completely nuke us overnight. So yeah, to me, it felt like a slow grind up type of situation. And when we look at altcoins, I think there's a few that just stick out tremendously. Number one, if Ethereum keeps running, I would not be surprised to see Solana also have a little bit of a run off the back of that. We see Ethereum up 10% on the 30 days, so a really nice time for ETH holders. On the weekly time frame, Solana's only up 5% and up 3% on the daily. I would be looking at Sol for a potential catch up if we do continue to see Ethereum push to the upside. Number two is HyperLiquid. HyperLiquid, first and foremost, record day. New HyperLiquid daily revenue hits highest level since February. So we have not seen the revenue for HyperLiquid this high since February. And in February, we did see a little bit of a surge in the market before we did take a dip. You can see that into the late areas of February. And now revenue is kicking back up, and they had their highest day of revenue since February. The metrics don't lie. They led all chains in 24-hour fees. And on top of that, people always, they come through here, they come through Twitter, they say, why would I buy HyperLiquid? It's overvalued and too many people are already on HyperLiquid. Well, only 52,000 people hold more than 10 hype. That's worth $450 at this point in time. it is not a crowded trade. I feel like a lot of people don't go out of their way to interact with the network. And I think that there's so much more opportunity, and the revenue is only going to grow because HIP4 is also going to provide prediction markets on HyperLiquid. And they're only taking an exit fee, no opening fee. And Polymarket and Kalshi take fees on both sides of every single trade. So to me, HyperLiquid does have clear upside at these levels. My longer term target is absolutely triple digits. I think $100 is completely realistic. And in a bull market, I mean, I can't wait to see what HyperLiquid does after everything they've established in the long haul in a full-blown bull market. I just think that's going to be absolutely ridiculous to see where this goes. Those all-time highs close to that $60 level, I think we easily surpass those. And I think HYPE is a great trade now and for the long term. Number 2 is Zcash. Now, I know Zcash is up 35% on the monthly, but it's down 11% on the weekly time frame. By far, this leads the privacy narrative, and it's just one of those coins that if we continue to pump, Zcash is going to catch some crazy liquidity. It trades like a meme coin whenever this thing is hot. I would be looking to maybe capitalize on a leverage trade on something like Zcash, or if you're just looking for a longer term accumulation, it is down 12% on the weekly time frame. That could be a good time to take a stab at it. Number 3, you guys are number 4, really. All you guys know that I am very bullish on Bittensor TAO, and we are seeing a bounce today, up 9%. Despite the FUD, this thing's only down 3% on the monthly and 3% on the weekly. I'm telling you, this dip will be eliminated very quickly once this passes over. And as James Bull says here, if that scammer didn't nuke his subnets, TAO would be at $500 at this point in time. And I absolutely agree. And then you see here, it's better he did it now than later when the protocol is at an absolute peak. It's better to have done it here, still 50+% below all-time highs. And we see here yesterday, Venice actually partnered up with one of the TAO subnets, Targan. So VVV has been absolutely ripping. I would not be buying into this. I saw some comments about VVV on my show yesterday about AI altcoins. And while, yes, I think it's a very strong AI project that has a very, very bright future, I think if you didn't buy on this way up, buying here is definitely risky given how much it's ran up. But we did see Venice Uncensored 2 or 1.2. This is actually trained on top of Targan, which is subnet 4. This is the one that's partnered up with Intel. Very credible subnet. So we see Venice, so to speak, kind of entering / collaborating with the Bittensor network. And then in TAO purposes, this was the bubbles of TAO subnets today based in denominated value on TAO. So this is pretty crazy to see. We are seeing a recovery, I think, even quicker than expected. I wouldn't have been surprised to wake up today to 77K Bitcoin and still see Bittensor TAO lagging. Like, that would not have surprised me in the slightest at this point in time, but we are seeing a little bit of a bounce here on the token, which could mean we have reached a potential local bottom, especially if Bitcoin continues to rally. Otherwise, I wouldn't be going too deep into the weeds here. I think stuff like, if you're looking down in these areas, I think Caspa's overdue for a bounce. I think that Render's super strong, and it's showing strength on the monthly time frame still, up 11.7%. I think that Render is definitely due for a pretty good run. Otherwise, that's what I'd be looking at. Solana, HyperLiquid, Render, I think Zcash, I think TAO. Those are the few coins that I'd really have my eyes on at this point in time to capitalize on short-term, but more importantly, long-term upside. But even in this market, if we just continue to see Bitcoin climb to the upside, I think that we are in for a very fun time for altcoins in this time period. And I'll say once again, guys, we are holding a $120,000 trading competition. So if you plan on trading in this market, sign up for Blowfin down below. No KYC. You can trade from anywhere. I'm in the US, and a lot of exchanges don't allow me to go trade perps, but Blowfin does. And that's why they're probably one of the best partners that we've ever worked with. You can see the Blowfin there behind us. You can see my Hustle jersey behind me. They are just one of the best partners in the industry, and their exchange is bulletproof. I absolutely love their product. If you want to compete for $120,000 in prizes, you can check out the Blowfin link down below. Join Team Hustle. and let's get our share of the money on the line during this market. It's a great time to be in crypto and especially to have exposure. We preach on this channel all the time. It doesn't matter where the market is. Have exposure that you're comfortable with, and you don't have to, break up with short term, right? We're not swiping left and right on a dating app every single day about our coins. You want to hold coins that you're willing to take unrealized losses or, short-term wins, but be able to see them through till the next full-blown bull market. And that's what we've done. We've DCA'd very well downward, and now we're looking at the upside. And it feels good to have exposure. A lot of people are sidelined. A lot of people are still trying to find a bottom or pray for a dip back to 60K. Who knows if that's going to happen? Every cycle does change just a little bit. We haven't had that black swan event that we saw 4 years ago with Luna and FTX. I don't know. This point in the year does feel a little different. And even Ben Cowan, who is notoriously bearish, says that he believes we pump into the summer. Well, it's already April 17th. If we're going to pump into the summer, that seems like it's going to just continue, not that we're going to retrace down to $60,000. So that's my opinion right now. I definitely think 80K is in the cards, and altcoins can definitely give us some juicy trade opportunities leading up to that. If you enjoyed the content, like the video down below and subscribe to the channel for more. I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Trade responsibly, my friends. And of course, stay bullish, my friends.